Friends, good morning. We are learning the Indian ethos and ethical business ethics, and we have already finished revision of all three units so far. And we are into unit number 4, which talks about ethical decision making in business metrics, in business situations. In business situations, how this ethical decision making has to take place. Now, for framework, basically you need to understand what do you mean by decision making. Decision making is all about making a right choice from among the available alternatives and executing that choice to the perfection. So, whatever is being done in any business for that matter, any business manager for that matter, will be worried about the environment within which such kind of decision is to be taken, and decision making therefore has many dimensions in business era. Whatever business area you are into, whatever functional area you are into, you could be in HR, you could be in finance, you could be in marketing, you could be in international business, you could be having issues related to intellectual property rights, so on and so forth. So whenever a decision is to be taken, the person who is taking decision, the manager, has to look into possibilities. I did teach you in the last session what is possibility thinking. In fact, I gave you an overview as to how you will actually face a situation and take a decision. And I did give you various ways the decisions are taken. I did tell you the whatever analysis you have to indulge into, you have to get into the pros and cons. You have to know what are the possibilities, and then after you know the possibilities, you have to make the right choice. Which possibility is going to get you the kind of result that your managers, your company, your customers, your clients need to actually be happy with. And that is the reason why it is so important to understand the ethical decision making matter. Now, whenever any decision is taken and you want to matter that decision, you have to think positive about that decision and give the kind of balance. You have to follow some kind of a balance while taking such decision. That balance is between cost and benefit. Balance is between the good and bad. Balance is between evil and better. Evil and what is more safe. Safety matter, health matter, conscious matter, harms matter. Taking those things into account, you are actually into decision making. You are thinking about possibilities, and in business scenario, you have to remember that whatever decision you are going to take is not only going to be useful and beneficial to your company, but you have also to balance it out by balancing the good and bad, right and wrong, uh, areas where you need to have concern related to safety, concern related to harm that is likely to be to the health of the client or health of the customers. Keeping those things in mind, your decision has to be a rational decision. You will be taking a rational decision, and for rational decision making, the business expects you to have a thorough knowledge about your environment where the business is operating. You have to worry about the political environment, you have to worry about the social environment, you have to worry about the technical environment. Taking all those dimensions into account, then you can uh, weigh it out, find out which one is going to be useful, which one is going to be most optimum in terms of results, what you are expecting your decision to give you. And that is the reason why it is so important to have that kind of balanced attitude. You have to learn to take decision which is going to be useful for all. We call it win-win situation. You have to create such kind of a environment. You have to find out what all things that you are going to consider while taking your decision, and that should result into a win-win situation. Win-win situation means it is going to be a win for your company, for whom you are working. It is going to be for yourself as a businessman, and it is going to be useful for clients. It's going to be useful for all the stakeholders. It's not going to harm anybody's prospects. It's not going to harm anybody's health. It's not going to harm anybody's financial situation. When such decisions will be taken, those decisions will be balanced decisions. And now you get into a various domains and how in those domains the decisions are going to be affected. I'm going to give you examples of each of those. The first one in finance. In finance, you need to understand the pricing that you are going to decide about the product, the cost that you are going to incur for your product, and then thinking about options which you have for raising the money from, going for right source, making that choice. All those decisions are financial decisions. Price related decision is the financial decision. Cost related decision is the financial decision. And in your company, if you are going to harm your customer by charging extraordinary price, it's for sure the customer is not going to like it. So quality, price, cost, then competition, then various sources from where you are going to raise finance, making conscious choice for raising finance, making conscious choice for pricing. These are finance related decisions. The managers of finance department have to balance it out by checking whether any stakeholder is going to get affected, adversely affected, and try and mitigate that risk and try and find out whether the decision taken is not going to harm. You have to just find out the decision must not harm anybody's interest. Any stakeholder's interest must not get harmed in the process. And maybe taking selfish decisions is possible, but taking a decision that's going to create a win-win situation is what we mean by the ethical decision. And in that case, you are going to worry about, of course, environment. You are going to worry about health. You are going to worry about society. You are going to worry about economy. You are going to worry about government. All those stakeholders, they expect that you take decisions all right. You earn income all right. You make profit all right. But still, you must not harm either of the stakeholders adversely, and then that amounts to an ethical decision. Then marketing. You must know the product that you are going to sell is going to be useful for the customers, useful for the people who are going to enjoy that, consumers. Now, when such care is taken, then there is no problem. But then you create such kind of a product that's going to harm the children, you're going to harm the health of the children, you're going to harm the health of the persons who are using it. Well, such kind of product must not be marketed, must not actually, you must not get into such kind of business. Marketing also means that you are going to follow some ethics which are related to marketing. Ethics means you are not going to harm the competitor's interest either. Okay, you can compete with him, you can have comparison of your product with the competitor product, but you must find out that you are going to be humble enough to able to compete with him with price, with quality, with the product's usage, the utility of the product. Yes, you can do that, but while doing that, you must not harm even your competitor. There are advertisements that are shown on television. ये हमारा ये हमारा टूथपेस्ट और ये आम टूथपेस्ट लिखा दिखाया है उधर। आम टूथपेस्ट टूथपेस्ट का मतलब कोलगेट नहीं, बट दिखाते समय अगर वहाँ पे लाल और वाइट कलर की पेस्ट दिखा रहे हो तो उसका मतलब लोग जान जाएंगे कि ये प्रोडक्ट जो कंपैरिजन कर रहे हैं वो कंपैरिजन किसी कोलगेट नाम की कंपनी का कर रहे हैं। तो यहाँ तक तो ठीक है, लेकिन जो घाव आप लगाएंगे उस गांव से ऐसा तो नहीं होना चाहिए कि जो कंपनी आपके साथ कॉम्पीट कर रही है उनको भी उसका खामियाजा भुगतना पड़े, या तो आपको भी उसका खामियाजा भुगतना पड़े। सो यू हैव टू वरी, and then you have to accordingly choose your marketing strategy, you have to accordingly choose the media, accordingly choose the way you are going to advertise your product, accordingly going to make strategies for making those products available to the customer. Then we are talking about international business. There you have to be more careful in international business because you are going to harm the customers which are going to be across the world. Again, I have already shared a case with you. Might remember that I think I have told this in this class sometimes. I did tell you that this McDonald outlet was opened in Bandra, Mumbai, and it was heard by Shiva Sainiks and it was heard by Mana Sainiks that the products that are being sold in that outlet, which include beef powder or beef usage, they are using beef म्हणजे गाईचं मांस. आता गोमांस वापरणं हिंदू संस्कृतीमध्ये योग्य नाही. कोणी असं गोमांस असलेले प्रोडक्ट खरेदी करणार नाही. खरेदी केले तर त्यांना माहिती नसेल आणि खरेदी केले तर तो एक प्रकारचं पाप त्या त्या मॅकडोनल्डवाल्याला त्याच्या गाठीशी जाऊन बसलं असतं. सो असं समजल्यानंतर शिवसैनिकांनी आणि मनसेच्या सैनिकांनी सुद्धा त्या आउटलेटवर हल्ला केला. ते काचेचं असतं साधारणपणे सगळं आउटलेट, काच ग्लास अशी बसवलेली असते. अतिशय अट्रॅक्टिव्ह असं त्यांचं आउटलेट असतं. ते आउटलेट त्यांनी मोठ्या प्रमाणावर उद्ध्वस्त केलं. बघा, साधी न्यूज पुरेशी ठरली की बीफ पावडर वापरतात. तर अशामुळे या सगळ्या गोष्टीचा परिणाम प्रॉडक्टवर होतो, सेलवर होतो आणि बिझनेस करणाऱ्या इंटरनॅशनल बिझनेस करणाऱ्या कंपनीने तरी या गोष्टीची काळजी घ्यायला पाहिजे की कोणत्या प्रकारच्या वस्तू ते मार्केटमध्ये आणतात आणि कोणत्या प्रकारचा प्रॉडक्ट हा कस्टमरना विकतायत आणि त्याच्यामध्ये त्या कस्टमरच्या भावांना दुखवल्या जात असतील तर त्याकरता काय केलं पाहिजे. कमिंग टू लास्ट पार्ट हिअर दॅट ह्याची चॅलेंजेस काय आहेत मॅनेजर्स करता. तर मोठ्या प्रमाणावर चॅलेंज असे आहेत की हे सगळे डिसिजन घेताना अत्यंत मोठ्या प्रमाणात तारतम्य बाळगणं आवश्यक आहे आणि अतिशय सगळ्या पद्धतीचे फिल्टर लावून सगळ्या प्रकारचे ते त्या लागणारे असलेले घटक तपासून घेऊनच मग निर्णय त्यांनी घ्यायला पाहिजे. अशा अर्थाने त्या काही केसेस तिथं आपल्याला काही मॉडेल्स आहेत. ती मॉडेल मी तुम्हाला मॉडेल वेगवेगळी ज्या वेळेला एका संपूर्ण सेशनमध्ये तुमच्या समराईज करणार आहे त्या मॉडेलमध्ये तुम्हाला सांगेन. आणि हे डिसिजन घेताना या सगळ्या गोष्टीची काळजी, ज्या डिसिजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस तुम्हाला मागच्या सेशनमध्ये शेवटच्या युनिटमध्ये केसेस सॉल्व करताना सांगितल्या होत्या, तेच पॅरामीटर तुम्हाला वापरायला लागतील आणि ह्या केसेस सोडवाव्या लागतील. अशा अर्थाने प्लस फिल्टर मॉडेल असेल किंवा स्टेप मॉडेल असेल, ही सगळी मॉडेल अशाकरता अस्तित्वात आलेली आहेत की ज्याच्यामध्ये बिझनेसमधला तारतम्य बाळगूनच वेगवेगळे निर्णय घ्यावे लागतात आणि ते निर्णय त्याच्या सगळ्या हितचिंतकांचा विचार करूनच घ्यावे लागतात. त्याला कोणाची हितचिंतकाची जर नाराजी असेल किंवा हितचिंतकाचं त्यामुळे कुठलं आर्थिक, सामाजिक, भावनिक नुकसान होत असेल तर ते नुकसान टाळण्याची गरज या एथिकल डिसिजन मेकिंगमध्ये तुम्हाला सांगायची होती. इथं आजचं युनिट संपलं. आजच्या युनिटची तुम्हाला समज सांगितलेली आहे. सो युनिट नंबर 3 इज ओवर, युनिट नंबर 4 is over and we'll be talking about last unit number 5, the next session. Thank you.